everyone inside to a fresh episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. I am your host, Processor Sky, back with a Terpene Tuesday episode of the show, here to break down and review some of this lemon essence by Firestar. So fucking excited to judge some Firestar smoke on the show this morning. We have been trapping so much of it over at Medicine Dispensary. It looks amazing, it tests amazing, and we have to see if it smokes amazing on this Terpene Tuesday. So how it's going to work is I'm going to open up and break down this lemon essence by Firestar per the RSRS and give it a score out of 100. The RSRS, Rolling Spoon Rating Scale, takes into account the pre-smoke judgment, aka the bag appeal, the flavor of the smoke, the ash color, the throat hit of the rip, and then the definitive judgments, which is basically the effects and how much the terpenes, THC percentage came through via the smoke, and, of course, the burn time. Just the overall experience in the definitive judgment section. So, before I get the show started officially and start rolling up our joint, we're going to go ahead and do the pre-smoke judgment. Open up this lemon essence and give it a score out of 5 before we even grind it up. We have to base it off aroma, nug structure, density, so on and so forth. So without further ado, let's crack this baby open. Wow, terpenoline to the face. It smells like a funky orange, roll gang. I honestly can't even smell anything but terpenoline. Got these small, beautiful buds, for sure. Great coloration. Definitely small bud nug structure. I have 4 nugs to make up this 1 gram. But love the coloration, love the aroma. A little bit fluffy on the density, if I'm being honest. And definitely smaller nugs. But so a 5 out of 5 would be seemingly perfect. A 4 out of 5 or a 3 out of 5. Dumb gas or it's really nice. Honestly, on the definitive judgment section for this sample, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5. Great coloration and aroma, but the nug structure really isn't there, and these tiny nugs are definitely a little bit fluffier than dense, but still incredibly nice looking weed. I'm really fucking excited to break it down and smoke it with you guys. Give it the rest of the strain review here on this Terpene Tuesday. So let's get this show started officially. Welcome on in to another fresh episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, where we go live every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern on all the streaming platforms. Because after all, it's stoner law that we have awoke, so now we must have a smoke. And it's way better if we do it together, roll gang. And each episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake is proudly sponsored by WWnB University, the first ever cannabis college and the place to go to claim your stake in this budding industry. If you are looking to learn how to grow some top shelf herb in your very own home or start your very own cannabis company, WWnB University can educate you on all of the procedures, laws that you need to make yourself a cannabis industry professional. So go to the first ever cannabis college to boost your cannabis knowledge, WWnB University, with promo code ROLLINGSPOON to get 10% off your tuition for your home grow course or your bud tending course. So, you name it, you can learn it about this magical plant at WWnB University. And also, this episode is brought to you by the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, helping you to roll a dime every time or pack a bowl beautifully. However you like to procure your cannabis, bowl, joint, blunt, you name it. Get your cannabis from your grinder using your cannabis multi-tool, the rolling spoon. So I'm going to use my handy dandy rolling spoon cannabis multi-tool to help me dime up this lemon essence by Firestar. It is absolutely essential that I roll the same joint that we smoke on all the other Strain Review Tuesday episodes, because the roll of the flower, the way the flower was rolled, is not allowed to be a variable factor in this judgment. The only way we can give a fair and proper strain review through a joint is if we make sure we roll the same exact joint every time we do a strain review. And the only way I can ensure that is by using my handy dandy rolling spoon cannabis multi-tool. So I'm going to finish rolling up this beautiful J-ski of some lemon essence by Firestar. But major shout out to Cali 420 Love and UGC Cherry Pie tuning in to this episode. Gotta love the Cali squad out in LA, repping the gang. So great to smoke with you guys, just like every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. So let's finish up diming this baby. Lick it and stick it. And we have sealed the deal. Roll, gang, let's go. We've got a fresh joint of some Firestar lemon essence to smoke on the show this morning. Give a full strain review of this baby. It's already got a 3 out of 5 on the pre-smoke judgment. Some small nugs, amazing aroma, but nug structure a little bit to be lacking. Very nice looking bud, very nice smelling, but really the only thing that matters actually is how does this baby smoke? So without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Wow, what an essence of lemon. Terpinally. Whoa. Whoa. Heavy throat rip. Heavy. Terpinolene to the face. Woo! Man, I am tasting a weedy terpinolene. That is what this tastes like. A super wheaty, herbal terpinolene. And honestly, it tastes just like a lemon essence. Got some zest in there, no doubt. I'm going to you know, all I can taste is the terpinolene. A 5 out of, so how we're gonna rate the flavor? How is the tongue on this baby? 5 would be creme de la creme. 4 is delicious. 3 is good. 2 is meh. Honestly, I can taste nothing but terpinolene, and it's a little bit grainy of a flavor. It's not as like satisfying or cushy as some of the strains I've smoked. It's not like average smoke. It still tastes really fucking tasty. It's just not like delicious if you will. A 4 out of 5 would be delicious. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5 on the on the flavor as well. Next up, we got the ash color. So, definitely a little bit dark. Darker than a lot of the strains we smoke on the show. Tastes very clean, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a 2 out of 5. It's really dark. A 2 out of 5 on the ash color. So a 5 out of 5 would be whipped cream. 4 out of 5 is cloud color. 3 out of 5 is light gray. And this is definitely not light gray. This is dark. Which just kind of shows that maybe it wasn't cured as properly as it could have, or flushed in the flowering process of the grow. But a 2 out of 5 on the ash color. And then throat hit. Definitely a fucking 5 out of 5 on the throat hit. It's exactly what you want whenever you're smoking some cannabis. A heavy fucking rip to the face whenever you smoke this baby. So 5 out of 5 on the throat hit, 2 out of 5 on the ash color, a 3 out of 5 on the flavor, and 3 out of 5 on the pre-smoke judgment. So last but certainly not least, we got the definitive judgment section where we get on into the numbers of the smoke. We got the numbers on the bag right here, and the burn time, and how did this strain affect me? You know, I'm gonna say it's definitely got me zooted, like really honed. But I feel a lot of like untapped or unaimed energy, if that makes sense. Unfocused energy. I'm kind of just zipping around. Got high terpinolene. I'm drinking my coffee too, but honestly, it's a really strong strain that is having a 0 tiredness effect. It's not a relaxing smoke. It's definitely energizing, mood boosting, uplifting. I can see how you could have a really good work ethic off of this strain. Very great working strain, the Lemon Essence by Firestar. The burn time definitely sufficient. Probably going to get pretty close to 10 minutes. And terpenes, I don't know if there's any other terpenes but terpinolene in here. It tastes like terpinolene to the face. Probably like 23% THC in that ballpark. Let's go on and look at the numbers. 17.6 terpinolene, 4.3 ocimene, and 3.5 myrcene. Also 3 milligrams per gram limonene. So lots of terpenes testing over 3 milligrams per gram. The only one I was able to detect in the smoke was the terpinolene, and it was extraordinarily apparent, as is most of the time with terpinolene strains, but this one just tastes like terpinolene to the face. 24.5% THC is about spot on with the experience. Like, I got some smaller average nugs of this lemon essence, which means it's going to test slightly less than average. Like, in general, small nugs test slightly less than average in both terpenes and potency. So probably around 23% in this smoke. 24.5, the average of this batch. And it honestly smokes just like it. Perfect high for what it describes on the lemon essence. You know you're going to get a great sativa buzz with such high terpinolene. Definitely able to experience the high terpinolene. It was extraordinarily dominant in this lemon essence by Firestar. Definitely super zesty tasting, a great stony high that produces an uplifting and energizing high. Not necessarily the cleanest smoke, but an absolute steal for $30 an eighth over at Medicine Dispensary. This shit has been flying, and now I know why. It hits hard as a motherfucker and does the trick whenever you're smoking this Firestar. They have been absolutely killing it. And I don't even think this is one of their better strains right now. But we are going to tally up the score on the RSRS for the Lemon Essence by Firestar. Going to go ahead and give it a, how about any other cannabinoids present? No other cannabinoids other than THC. We're going to go ahead and give it a 17 out of 20. A 4.5 out of 5, basically. A 17 out of 20 on the definitive judgment section. And that's because the burn time's sufficient, THC percentage accurate, right where it needs to be. 4 terpenes over 3 milligrams per gram. Really fucking tasty. You could only taste the terpenoline, but love to see the testing numbers. A 17 out of 20 on the definitive judgments. Shout out to the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Toll and Oaksterdam University for making this show possible and helping out the Roll Gangsters along the way. Use promo code Rolling Spoon at Oaksterdam to get 10% off your tuition at the first ever cannabis college and boost your cannabis knowledge today. So a 17 on the definitive judgments, a 5 out of 5 on the throat hit, resounding, a 2 out of 5 on the ash color, and 3 out of 5s on the flavor and the bag appeal. So 5s denote 20 points, 4s 15, 3s are worth 10, 2s are worth 5, and 1s are worth 0. So the 3 points are worth 10 and 10 for the pre-smoke judgment and the flavor. We're at 20. Add in the ash color score of 2, 25. Add in 20 more for the perfect throat rip, bringing us up to 45. And then the 17 from the definitive judgments, 55, 62. We are looking at a final score of a 62 out of 100 on the RSRS on this Firestar Runts. You know, 62 is considered high quality cannabis per the RSRS, not like high school scoring or anything like that. World class is, it never happens, you know. Elite is like your perfect score. Top shelf is an A+, and high quality, anything between a 60 and a 70 is A quality bud. And for $30 an eighth, Firestar, an absolute steal. Really love this high terpenoline experience of this lemon essence by Firestar. Major shout out to the homies at Medicine Dispensary trapping these babies with me. Come through and get some. Try some for yourself. If you're a real sativa fan, this will score higher for you, for sure. The essence it sends off, the energy it gives, really pure, really satisfying. Absolutely love the experience of getting stoned off the lemon essence Firestar. 62 out of 100. Some high quality cannabis here on the RSRS. Terpy Tuesday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Absolutely love you guys. We will be back tomorrow morning for a What Would You Do Wednesday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake, breaking down a philosophical story and asking you guys, what would you do in the scenario? As well as answering what we would do, me and Rachel. Shout out to Brooklyn Boys, SCC, UGC Cherry Pie. Have you tried the Jeffries? I have not tried the Jeffries Chelsea, but Absolutely love Chelsea. Love seeing you guys, smoking with y'all every weekday morning. UGC Cherry Pie, the chat champion of the show. Shout out the homie Chelsea. We'll see you guys tomorrow for this What Would You Do Wednesday episode of the show. But you know your Processor Sky loves you and loves smoking with you. Hope you're super stony and have a fabulous Terpy Tuesday. Woo!